Estoy grabando. What's going on, guys? Can you guys hear me? You hear me? Perfect. All right. I'm gonna see. I'm trying to see if I'm gonna start doing pre-market live streams every day in the morning. I'm gonna see if I start doing that. What you guys think about that? Good morning. Good morning. All right. Let's see how the market first looking. I'm gonna start preparing my watch list for you guys in the morning. So you guys can see how I prepare my watch list. Today's the 18th. All right. So we're gonna look at the ES. Okay. So ES. All right. So ES. It's currently up. It's currently up 0.74%. The Nasdaq is up 1.20%. The Dow is up 0.17%, and the Russell The Russell is up 0.43%. Okay, let me see if we have any economic data today. We have home builders confidence. Tomorrow we have housing. We have FOMC on Wednesday. Oof. So you already guys already know Wednesday I won't be trading since it's FOMC. I do not trade FOMC. And FOMC days I do not trade. So Wednesday I will not be trading. And the day usually the day prior to FOMC is pretty choppy. So Monday might be a little choppy. Right. So we have ES. Everybody knows SPY follows whatever ES is doing. So we have ES. It gapped up between two levels here. So it's a little tricky to trade ES as of now. So when it's in between two levels, I really don't like to trade it. But I guess another way you can trade it is on the opening. If you whatever ES opens at the opening, you can try to take retest up the opening. Like if you get a nice little hammer, you can look for calls. But as of now, I'm not really seeing much on ES. So ES for me to pretty much really be interested in calls, man, I would need a break and hold over 52.44. So ES gap between two levels. Need a break and hold over 52.44.5. Need a break over 52.44.5, and then it has room up into all-time highs is what 52. It has room up into 52, 53.5. Then you can target about 52.83. And then what's I think that's pretty much 52.83, then 53.19. So that's to be interested in calls. So that's for ES. We have a gap over red, which is pretty good. So ES has it should have room higher, but I don't like when it gaps up between two levels. Not a fan of that. We gotta look at Nasdaq. Okay, Nasdaq, real nice gap over red on the Nasdaq. For Nasdaq, I would like a break over a break and hold over 183.00.25, and it has room up to 183.85. Then has room up to 183.85, then up into yo. It has room up to 183.85, then 184.68.5. And then it also has room up into 185, 185.91. But also a rejection of right here of 183.025, and then it has room back down into 181. So there's certain ways you can play Nasdaq. So a rejection of 183 and the Nasdaq. So remember, QQQ follows the Nasdaq. So whatever the Nasdaq do, QQQ is sure to follow. So a rejection of 183, 102.5, and NQ has room down to 180, 182. Then 180, 40.75. Are you guys following? I usually look at. I usually go through via. I look at the futures. So I first look at the futures, see how they're doing. I get my game plan from the futures. Now we're looking at the Dow. So for the Dow, I need a break and hold over 392.60. And look for call. It has room up to 394.14. What is all-time high here? Okay, so all-time high is then 396, 396.98. And we're looking at the Russell. The Russell pretty much gapped up between levels, so not really much we could look at here. Russell. Let's look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin, okay. So Bitcoin, for me to be interested in Bitcoin, it needs to break and hold over 69, 5,050. But breaks and hold over 69, then it has room up into 71,610. Then 73,355. So that's what Bitcoin needs to do. If Bitcoin fails to hold is 683.40, then it has room back down to 66,570. Nino says he loved the pre-market live. I'm gonna start doing them more often for you guys. So again, for Bitcoin, a break in the hole over 69,550. It has room up into 71,610, then 73,355. I'll go over SPY for you guys. Even though ES, I gave you guys the game plan for ES. SPY follows whatever ES does. So for SPY, I would say a retest and hold with 52.64. If it holds, you can look for calls. It has a lot of room up into 517.13. And for QQQ, be interested in calls. I would either need a retest and hold of 436.4 or break over 439.69, and it has room up into 441.55, then 442.64. Let's look at Apple. Let's see if I like anything on Apple. Okay, Apple doesn't look bad. Most do you guys know my my A plus setups? So Apple, I would say an open over 173.9, side blower back over the open, and look for calls. It has room up. So Apple right here, if you get an open over 173.9, a spike lower back over the open, it has room up all the way up into 178. 178.04. You can trim some, I would say trim. I would say trim some at 176.51. All right, so that's Apple. We got a nice gap. So that's not bad at all for Apple. Okay, so I have the daily chart, hourly, 15-minute, 2-minute, and a 5-minute. Look at Microsoft. Microsoft is showing relative weakness compared to the overall market. Not really interested in Microsoft. Ooh, Nvidia, okay. All right, so I'm liking Nvidia right here. Okay. We can mark this right here, this untested pre-market high, these untested pre-market highs as one of our first targets for Nvidia. So okay, Nvidia. I like Nvidia. Nvidia. I would say an open, over 903.28, spike lower, back over the open, can look for calls. It has room up to 910.56. We have room up into this small level. It's not a very strong level, but it's still a small. That's why I have it in green. The green levels are not as strong as my white levels, and the zero levels just let me know that it's a pre-market high. So that's going to be our first target. I mean, our first target is going to be a small, a 7-point move on Nvidia, but our first real trim is going to be at 936. Going to be 936.52, and then 972.24. So Nvidia, it could potentially be a swing trade. If you look at the daily here, it's a nice little breakout here. If it breaks out, it's gonna hit 974, and it could potentially hit possibly 1,000 this week. So keep an eye on Nvidia. Another way to play Nvidia, is you can wait for the break and retest of 910.56. That'll be safer than buying it over 903.28, because this could possibly act as a strong resistance right here and fail to go higher. So you can take it on a break and retest of 910.56 Nvidia if you want to take the safer route. Look at Tesla. Tesla, I'm pretty much not really interested on Tesla for calls. I guess for puts, if it fails to hold 168.41 Tesla, I guess you could look for shorts and target 161.83. But as of now, it's showing relative strength. It's up 3.94%. This Tesla. So for shorts, I would say a break on the 168.41, and it has room down to 161.83. But I'm not really interested in Tesla as of now. Netflix. I guess if it holds over 609.52 and it has room up into 622.92, Netflix been ranging. Looks like the daily just been pretty much ranging much. Keeps failing to break out, so keep an eye on Netflix. Let's look at Meta. I don't like Meta right here. Meta and open over 490.12. Spike lower, back over the open. I look for calls. Has room up to 502. Has room up into 502.16 Meta. And then potentially 521.04. That's Meta. I like Meta for longs. Especially, it looks like a gap over red. So I like Meta. Amazon. Not interested in Amazon. I'm only interested in Amazon over, I would say 177.52, and then you could target 178. But I'm really interested on Amazon over 180.17, and it has room all the way up into 185.69. So that's what I'm really interested in. This is the daily right here. It needs to break out. So Amazon, I'm not really interested much right now. Roku, not interested. Not interested in Roku. Google, nice gap up on Google. Wow. Let me see if it has some type of nose. Why did Google pop up like that? Why Google. Oh, okay. Sorry. Let me. Sony has halted the production of its PlayStation. Apple is in talks to build Alphabet's Google Gemini artificial intelligence engines into the iPhone. Okay, so that's why Google's up today. Apple is in talks. Okay. All right. So that's why Google's up so nicely. I'm liking Google, guys. If we get a break and hold over 149.66, so a break and retest, Google, a break and retest of 149.66, and look for calls. It has room up into 152.21. Estoy grabando. It has room up into 152.21. Then over. Oh, all right. So over 149.66, it has room up into 152.21, then 153.03. Then over 153.03, Google has room. Oh shoot, that's it. All time highs. What is all time highs on Google? All right, then it has room up into, as you guys can see here on the daily. All time high is 153.78. Right, that's for Google. I really like Google. Nice little setup. Got you got a catalyst behind it, which is that the Apple's trying to implement it into this iPhone. AMD, not really interested on AMD as of now. Let's look at Boeing. Not interested in Boeing. I'm pretty much going through my whole watch list, guys. I have a watch list of like 40 tickers. So I go through that every morning, and once I'm done going through it, I post it in my Discord. All right. Okay, Goldman Sachs. Man, Goldman Sachs, man, this thing's been ranging. You guys see this? It's been ranging for months, guys. This thing has been ranging for months. When it breaks out, it's gonna break out, and it's gonna rip once Goldman Sachs decides to break out. You guys have any questions, man? Type them in the chat. If you want me to look up any stocks for you guys, when I have the time, I can look up some stocks for you guys. HD, it's okay. It's like a coin. Coin, if we can get a break over 248.19, and it has room up into 265.63. So coin, a break and retest 248.19, 248.19. It has room up to 265.63. That's coin. Let's look at cat. Cat is okay. Let's look at FedEx. FedEx is okay. UPS. UPS is okay. CRN. Baidu. Baidu doesn't look bad. If it can retest and hold this 104.48 Baidu, then it has room up into 107.85 and then potentially 110.9. JP Morgan. I'll look as though at those charts once I'm done with my watch list, guys. Then I'll go and do yours. Crowd. I only like crowd for the downside as of now. But if it does hold 318.74, if it does hold over that level, then it has room up into 329.64, then 334.32. But I only like I'm pretty much only liking it if it breaks and retests this level, 311.04. Then it has room up into 289.56. Yes, I pretty much trade on break and retest. Yes. I also it depends on this trade on break on retest. I have a couple different strategies that I have. UCOM looks okay, not bad. It's gapping up. Nice little breakout on QCOM. Disney, Willow. Let's look at Baba. Uh, Baba looks like it wants more downside. You guys see this daily? It looks like a daily 1, 2, 3 to the downside. So Baba, if it retests and rejects 73.84, 73.84, it has room down into 72.89. How do I go about the levels that I find? I only teach that in my mentorship, Nino Skills. Yeah, how I find my levels and all my setups, A plus setups, all that. I only teach that in my mentorship. Really like TSM for a swing, guys. You guys see this daily chart here? If we could come back and retest this 136.57 and hold, you could look for calls and can swing. I would say the 2 weeks out expiration, and you can target this 158.4. And your stop loss will be the low of this candle, of this daily candle. So It's a pretty good risk reward, guys. You're risking let's see, the high and the low. So you're risking $3 to make 12. That's good gains. You're risking $3 to make 12. That's a great risk reward. Oh, the details for the mentorship? Pretty much nothing. Pretty much you send me the payment, and I'll send you. I have 4 videos that I have recorded. They're about an hour each, and in those videos, I teach you my A+ setups. I teach you how I do my watch list. I'll teach you how to snipe entries. I teach you how to where to take profits. I teach you how to swing trade. I teach you everything. What's up, camping, Carve? All right, let's keep it moving. Yeah, so in the mentorship, I teach all my strategies. Hmm, MU looks good. Kind of like MU here. So MU, I would like a retest of this 95.51, but we might not get that retest. So I guess we can look for a break and hold over 97.81 and look for calls. It has room up into 101.39. But that's MU. MU looks okay. Look at shop. Wait a minute. Okay, let's look at shop now. Shop. Not really interested. ENPH. Not really interested. PNW. Nope, not interested. And basic knowledge. I have a video on my YouTube. It's like an hour long where I teach options for beginners, and I teach some strategies for like beginners if you're interested. It's like an hour long. It's free. It's on my YouTube. FCX, not interested. And Neo, not really interested in Neo. But if Neo holds 585, it has room up into 616. Some, um, you're not really interested. Oxy, not really interested. Yeah, if you guys can see, I'm pretty quick to know if I like a stock or not. I look at the daily. If I don't like the daily, then I skip it automatically. Lulu, not interested. You, not interested. Spot, not interested. Dash, I'm also not interested in Dash. AVGO, not interested. TTD, not really interested in TTD. But if it happens to get back over 77.98 and it holds, then it has room up into 81.02. Oracle. I told you guys I liked Oracle, yeah. So Oracle, we'll say a retest of 125.92. Back over the open. And look for calls. It has room up to 128. 11, and then all-time highs is 129, 129.37. That's Oracle. Let's look at FSLR. Not interested. Nike. Not interested. Doku. Not interested. Not interested. MSTR. MSTR, if it can break and hold over 1,797.99, then it has room up into 1,874. Because you guys can see here in the daily chart, it looks like it wants to break out. So it's pretty much at all-time high. So you can pretty much just keep ripping. Do I see the difference? It's pretty simple, brother. So the daily chart, a daily candle, this one candle, it's the price action for a whole day. So this candle represents a whole day of price action. Let me show you guys. No, todavía no. Yo lo mando ahorita. No me presione tanto. Estoy ocupado, por favor. And the hourly chart, as you guys can see, the hourly. So each candle here represents 1 hour of price action. So it's pretty much it just represents the time. So each candle here represents 1 hour. If you go on a 15-minute, each candle here represents 15 minutes of price action. If you go on the 5-minute, each candle represents 5 minutes of price action. If you go on the 2-minute, each candle represents 2 minutes. So it's pretty simple. But on that free video, I explain a lot of stuff, a lot of simple stuff. Palantir, not really interested in Palantir. Myrna, Myrna. Okay, Myrna daily looks kind of good. Looks like a higher low here on the daily. So Myrna over 106.41. So a break and retest. You guys already know I love break and retest. It has room up into 111.86. So a break and retest over 106.41, and Myrna has room up into 111.86. It has room up into 111.86, and potentially, if you look at the daily, it got room up into here, into this 115.58. That's Myrna. Roblox, not interested. SYM, not interested. SMCI, not really interested. ARM, not interested. SQ, SQ. There's two ways you can play SQ. If it can break and hold over 81.26 SQ, then SQ has a lot of room up. It has room up into 86.46. So SQ, a break and hold of 81.26. And look at calls. It has room up to 86.46. That's SQ. Looks good. Let's look at AI. Not interested. Target. Not interested. Adobe. Not interested. All right. So what were the stocks you guys wanted me to look at? got like 2 or 3 minutes left, and then I'm gonna get off, guys. I gotta start preparing for my Discord. I gotta start preparing for my people on a Discord. AQST. What the heck is that? AQST. I like penny stock. Mm, not seeing much. I'm seeing. If you guys can see, if you see here, the weekly looks good. Looks like a weekly 1, 2, 3. So the weekly looks like it wants more higher. But if it breaks out this pivot right here on the weekly, this pivot is 6.4, then it has room up into this pivot is 7, then this pivot 806, then this pivot 947, then this pivot on the weekly, and then pretty much right here this pivot all-time highs. So that's pretty much the levels. I don't have time to go like in detail because I gotta go look at my other chat, my Discord, which is my priority. I'm just trying to be nice, giving you guys my watch list. So that's the levels I have. Some resistance here. It's a lot of resistance in these levels right here. But it looks like a weekly 1, 2, 3. So it looks like it wants to break out. But these are the levels that I would watch on the pivots on the weekly. Guys, and that's pretty much it, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoy the stream. I'm pretty much done. Let me go focus on a couple of trades that I'm going to take. Peace out, guys.